Light on. Set the Palmerston. They make a good line. He lets them go, and Clever Tommy from the inside begins well. Super Brian goes out hard, and Captain Punch begins nicely too with Moot. But Tommy's going to go through and find the lead, and he got it fairly soft over Super Brian. Moot's out 3 wide. Captain Punch 4 wide, settling down from the captain, just getting off those from Brooklyn deep. El Toronado's over on the inside from Jackanori 3 wide with cover. Roger the Roman, he's inside the centre from Suspense. Quantum Dot backslap the last one. So off the back inside the 650, and the leader Clever Tommy joined by Captain Punch, and these two speedsters go together down the side, and it's on, folks. A gap in the field then to Super Brian, well back in the field then to Moot down the side. It's running 4th but spotting 6, and then the captain behind those from Jackanori, Brooklyn, Roger the Roman, El Toronado, well back, Quantum Dot, Suspense, backslap. They head for home now in the Palmerston, and down to the 250. Captain Punch, he went to the front. Clever Tommy's trying to lift another effort, but Captain Punch, he got a length on Clever Tommy. Is there something coming late? It is. It's Roger the Roman, but Captain Punch, he's going to go back to back in the sprint, and he's going to do it in great fashion. Captain Punch wins it by 3. Second, Roger the Roman, Clever Tommy, El Toronado. A gap in the field then to Super Brian. Quantum Dot made ground from Moot. Backslap behind those from Jackanori, the captain, never a factor, Brooklyn, and Suspense the last one home. And the Bet365 Palmerston Sprint. And I said it last year, there will be a party on tonight.
Well, they love a local star here in Darwin, and he is the local star, Captain Punch. Brendon Davis and Gary Clarke. Just recently, in the last day, Gary Clarke has wrapped up his 7th premiership up here in the top end. Brendon Davis, his 6th. Gary's nursing a broken arm, but he won't feel that right now. He's gone back to back. Go back through the history. How significant is that he's won back-to-back Palmerston sprints?
He's only the 4th horse, Greg, to do it behind Squire Grey, the great New Zealand bred, back in 91 and 92. Then Tally Ho, of course, Paul Denton's 2 winners in 96, 97. And then, of course, the incomparable Jade City in 07, 08. And now Captain Punch.
Now, I never thought I'd see Jade City's track record go, because he ran 1:7.42 in a Palmerston sprint. And this horse has gone quicker. He's run 1:7.2, Bernie. That's a new track record, and Brendon Davis really made it a track record when he served it up to Clever Tommy all the way.
Yeah, it's an outstanding time, and this horse is just a machine. I mean, he's a big boy. Brendon was sort of adamant to keep him sort of quite quiet on the way to the barriers. Once you're able to pull him up, that was Brendon. So you really know him well, and it's a big effort to go back to back, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a big effort. I knew I was on the best horse on the day. He can be a little bit of a rat bag in the barriers, and it was a big part of getting him out of the gates.
Yeah, obviously. And you weren't worried about that outside barrier. I spoke to you earlier about it, and it didn't put you off. I guess a big horse like him, it gives him time and room.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, like he doesn't hit the ground running. He takes about 2 or 3 strides before he hits top gear, and he was just comfortable out there.
It didn't look as though they went as mad as they do some years.
No, the tempo up front was reasonable, and he finished strong.
I guess you're not surprised. I've been running some fairly good times all day.
Yeah.
I don't think Gary Clarke will be feeling that broken wrist, do you think?
No, he won't be, not tonight anyway.
Now, I know you're a quiet man, but do you have a little bit of a party when you win the Palmerston Sprint?
Nah. Nah.
Get ready for Monday. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well done, Gary Clarke. I'm just looking at that time, 1:7.2, Jade City's track record. We're going to confirm it, but it's gone. Never thought that'd happen.
Yeah, no, he actually went close to it once before, Greg, when I first got him, and we knew he had a lot of ability then, but we've had a hell of a ride with him since then, in the last 3 or 4 years.
What a horse. Today the query was the outside barrier. Could he come across, and where would he end up?
I wasn't so much worried about the outside barrier because he's a big horse, needs a bit of room to get going. And as he's got a little bit older, he just takes that little bit of time to sort of hit his wheels and get going. Years gone by, he used to just hit the ground running, but now he takes probably 200-300 to get his feet and get going. So outside barrier probably helped him, if anything, and it was just a matter of whether he still had it in him. He's getting on a little bit in years now. So.
Well, it looks like he's maybe at his absolute best looking at the time, and I suppose Brendon had in the back of his mind, we'll find out how good Clever Tommy is. He was way up in grade, and your bloke had already been there and done all that.
Yeah, well, there's about 6 or 7 kilos in difference in weight, and And that other little horse, hats off to him. He's a tough little horse. He served it right up to us all the way. But at the end of the day, our bloke's probably a bit more seasoned, and the other horse has only had probably a dozen starts in his life. So he'll probably be a horse to look out for in the future, you know.
So for a horse like him, here in Darwin, what can you do with him in the future? Do you set him in 12 months' time to win another Palmerston Sprint?
Well, before this, I would have said no, Greg. But I can't race him much up here because outside of the big races in Carnival, he just gets way too much weight. And he's a bit of a family horse. He sulks a bit when he goes away. He's probably not as good on the grass as he is on the dirt, so I'm not sure. We'll just have to think about that one.
Is he right up there with the best you've trained? Could he be the best?
He would have to be. This is his fourth Palmerston he's been in. His first start he pulled a muscle, second one he ran second, and then he's won the last two. So it's a big effort for a horse to do that.
Sure. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
How's that arm?
Feels good at the moment.
Well done.
Congratulations. Thanks, Greg.
Gary Clarke. What a trainer he is, and what a horse this is. Now, this is the dilemma. What do you do with Captain Punch from here on in, Andrew? Because he can't just keep taking on the opposition with big weights, and there's only a handful of feature races that he can run in.
He won the race last year, Greg, with 60, and the 61 today. Some may say he's well weighted, but all he can do is win. And can they bring him back for another year? Remains to be seen, but Gary is the master.
Well, for those joining us on Sky Thoroughbred Central who didn't see an earlier race, we saw an odds-on favourite win race number 4 in a dominant display, trained by Gary Clarke, called Another Bit, and ran time. And you would think he would be the heir apparent. And in 12 months' time, he's going to be meeting the captain on a low weight, and Gary Clarke's going to be once again stacked up in this Palmerston Sprint if all goes well in the next 12 months.
Yeah, that's dead right, Greg. I mean, he's going to probably get 8 kilos off him, maybe more, maybe 8.5. So, you just can't keep doing it with the big weights, but this was a phenomenal performance today. We said if he could get even 3 wide, he might win. When he got one off and pressured Clever Tommy, the class shone through.
All right, what do you think of a horse like that, Duff? You've just got to admire what you saw.
Yeah, you do have to admire a sprinter like him. You know, he's an 8-year-old. He's just an iron horse, the way he puts pressure on them. And, that was only his second up run after 6 weeks off. They took him to Melbourne late last year in October, and he ran second at Cranbourne and the Apache and to Moonee Valley and running a race there. So he's done a bit of travelling as well. But as Gary says, this is his home turf, and he just grinds them into the ground. He's an absolute ripper.
It was your classic dirt sprint race, high pressure, and the good horse comes out on top, up on speed, and showing Clever Tommy who's boss. The broom horse, Roger the Roman, getting home brilliantly for second. Now, Rob Galberti, who's got Roger the Roman, he's got a top chance in the Cup on Monday with It's a Him. We're going to leave you now from Darwin. We've got one race to go, but we've got Formline Extra for Muswellbrook coming up with Ben and Libby in a moment. But on Monday, we'll be back here alongside Forbes and Mackay for a big race day on Sky Thoroughbred Central. And the 3 big guns they're talking about up here for the Darwin Cup on Monday are Leader, who's the favourite. He won the Buntine with his head on his chest over 1900, the easiest Cup lead-up win you'd ever see. It's a Him won the metric mile here last Saturday, and he came from back in the field and stormed home to get the victory and put himself right into contention. And then you've got the other horse, which is Poet's Landing, who's going for the Triple Crown. He won the Guineas, he won the Derby, and now he's trying to win the Cup for Lloyd Kennywell. So they're the big 3, and they're the 3 that everyone will be talking about leading into the Darwin Cup, sponsored by Great Northern on Monday. But for our Sky Thoroughbred Central viewers, that's it from Darwin. We're back Monday. The last race will be across on Sky Racing 1.